encaminhos para quem estiver lá na banca. Portanto, obrigado por terem recebido Pedro Caetano. Agora, a seguir, vamos ter connosco Marius Manolache, da Miniclip, mas antes que eu possa convidar a subir, dá lá com o buraco. Há uma informação que eu tenho que passar. Eu já me chegou a atenção que a aplicação está a ter alguns problemas. Pelo que, para garantir que toda a gente consegue, nós vamos manter os códigos todos, da parte da manhã até depois do almoço. Portanto, se tiverem com problemas agora na aplicação e tiverem com problemas em colocar os códigos dos eventos que já foram, e, por exemplo, agora destas palestras da manhã, não se preocupem, os códigos vão estar lá até depois do almoço e, se for necessário, se muita gente não conseguir, nós deixamos o dia todo, não há problema nenhum, não se preocupem, não vão ficar sem os pontos. Dito isto, qualquer questão que tenham em relação à aplicação, qualquer questão técnica, as pessoas da recepção podem acompanhar-vos mais diretamente. Têm todo o software lá, têm também acesso ao servidor, portanto, qualquer coisa que vocês necessitem mais específica na aplicação, as pessoas da recepção estão lá o dia todo, também se podem dirigir a eles. Portanto, gostaria então que, se não se importassem, dessem as boas-vindas por parte da Miniclip, Marius Manolache. Your presentation, this one. Here we go. Thank you.
Hello. All right, so how many of you have heard about Miniclip before this conference? Okay, not bad. How many of you knew that Miniclip has an office in Portugal? Still, we're doing a good job. Reasonable. All right, so I'm here to talk about Miniclip, to start from the beginning and to see how we evolved as a company, and to talk also about what we're doing here in Portugal. So Miniclip was born in 2001, quite some time ago, and it started in a bit, how to say, unusual way. So this is Dancing Bush. It was the first game on miniclip.com. It was made by our two founders. One of the founders, Rob Small, is also our CEO, so he has been with us since the beginning, 14 years now. And yes, with this it quickly became viral, and it grew and grew and grew. So it's 14 years, it's a long time. We had a long trip. And quickly after this Dancing Bush, it became the #1 online games website. So that was a great achievement. Miniclip was also the only company to win the Webby Award for the best web game site 3 years in a row. So again, quite amazing. The other thing that Miniclip did well, especially compared to our competitors, was that we made a shift to mobile just in time. So in 2010, the office here in Portugal was opened to focus on mobile. It started with 5 people back then, so very small. But this office was key to our success later on. So you could see immediately after, 1 year after, we had 50 million mobile downloads. So that was already a good success. 1 year after, we had 100 million mobile downloads. And then we launched Able Pool. So Able Pool was a success on web. It was one of the biggest games on miniclip.com. And Miniclip Portugal brought it to mobile. So it immediately went up in the top charts. So it went a couple of times in #1 in top download charts. And since then, since launch, has managed to sustain a very high position in top grossing. So that really is one of our biggest success. Another successful transition from web to mobile is Agar.io. I bet lots of you have heard about it. So it was a viral web game. Miniclip Portugal brought it to mobile. And in July, when it was launched, it was the most worldwide downloaded mobile game. So it was the one that was downloaded most in July. So quite an achievement. And this was done here in Portugal. So we have a global audience. We obviously publish in a lot of countries, lots of users, huge audience. We launched around 50 titles already. You can see some of the titles here. Some of them are more recent, some of them are older. We do both internal developed titles, but also publishing. So we do publish a lot of titles. Most recent one is the Bowling King. Probably you have seen it in the charts. So that's a published game developed by a company in Korea. So we keep doing those kind of deals as well. We do cross-platform. So we are publishing on iOS, on Android, on Windows Phone. So we try to cover all areas, and due to that, we have a huge audience. So we have more than 100 million mobile active users. So that's a great asset for a company like Miniclip, because it means that we can effectively cross-promote any other new games. So we have a huge audience. Any new game, we can cross-promote to that audience. So that's really good. So you might wonder what kind of games we are doing in Miniclip Portugal. And well, this is just another slide of the numbers. So we reached 600 million downloads. It's again an amazing number, and we are accelerating toward that 1 billion. So in Portugal, we're doing Able Pool. Our biggest game is the world's #1 pool game. As I mentioned, it came first on web, and then we launched it on mobile. So we currently have 10 million DAUs, daily active users. To give you a practical example, to relate to something. So imagine every single person in Portugal playing Able Pool at least once a day. So that's how big the audience is. It's really, really amazing. And this audience increased 50% in the last 6 months, just by building the right features, and it's accelerating the growth. So it's doing very well for us. I bet lots of you have played it. Next one is Soccer Star. So this game we launched in last year, 2014, during the World Cup. So obviously we timed it well, and it quickly reached 1 million DAU. So why did it quickly reach that number? Of course, because we managed to cross-promote it with Able Pool. So it's a sports game, multiplayer game. Audience relates to that, so that was a success for us as well. Mina will launch official games. You can see there we have Barcelona, Liverpool. We launched recently Schalke 04 and Benfica. Any Benfica fans here? All right. We're trying to get sporting, but let's see. Yeah, so try it out. Then we have Agarayo. So again, a viral web game. It became popular very quickly on the web. So it started on Reddit, on HN, and on a few websites. And then it also quickly became popular on Twitch. And Miniclip was quick to move and publish it on mobile. So in July it was released. And the first month after release, we did 30 million downloads. So that's really an amazing number. And that's why it became the most downloaded mobile game worldwide in July. So yeah, that's some of the games. Those are some of the games that we publish in develop in Miniclip Portugal. So we have 4 offices in Miniclip. The biggest one is here in Portugal. We have another development studio in Genoa, in Italy. They focus mostly on Unity games, 3D games. And then we have 2 other studios in London and in Switzerland, in Neuchâtel. So what's key about the Lisbon studio? Why is it such an advantage for us to have it here is that we are able to have all areas of game development. So we are able to develop a game from the prototyping phase to actually pushing it worldwide and to actually sustaining it afterwards. Although there's a lot of effort in sustaining a game after launch. It's not just the effort to launch, it's actually afterwards as well. So that means we have production, game design, analytics, art, client development, server development, quality assurance, we have customer support, so really everything needed we have here in Portugal, and that's really a great advantage to have everyone in the same office. So that makes us very nimble. And Lisbon office, I mentioned, started in 2010 with 5 people. Now we're around 100 already, and we are still hiring in all those areas. So please take a look if you are interested in any jobs. So I have a video now with our office. So that's Miniclip, quick introduction. My colleagues are here to answer any questions. I'll also be around a bit. Do you have any questions now that I might? Yes, go ahead. I'm actually based here in Lisbon. Yeah. In London, we do take a look at that as well. I don't know. I will need to check on to see if they have in London. Apprenticeship is in London. Yeah. Please have a chat with our colleagues and see what's available. Any other questions? Yeah.
Hi. Thank you for your time. I would just like to ask you about going into mobile. Which one is the platform that gave you the most trouble to get into? For instance, I know that iOS is a bit picky on the policies that you can make to implement your games. So between Android, iOS, and Windows, which one did you find the most challenging?
Well, they're all with their own quirks, so I don't think it's any platform is easier or harder. It's just they're different to each other. That's it. So we need to invest a lot of time into covering all bases. So luckily we're able to do that. But yes, it's every platform is different. They're not very similar. So you need to actually take it one by one and have people specialized on those. Of course, we can have multi-platform, cross-platform development like with Unity. That makes it easier. But even so, it doesn't solve all the issues around publishing on the eStore. So yeah, I don't think I can actually pinpoint which one was the hardest. Any other questions? All right, then I'll be around. If you have any other questions, please feel free to get in touch. Thank you.